All right, so it appears everything's up and rolling, everybody. My name's Change, and we're going to be playing the same blue tempo deck as last time. And we're going to get into another match here real quick and get this video posted so you guys can watch it. All right, so for those who didn't watch the last video, this is a mono blue tempo deck I'm playing in Modern. It's a homebrew. It's just basically full of little synergies and lots of flash creatures. So, and you're going to see some of the new cards that I really enjoy. But we're not going to keep this. We are going to mulligan. Not enough lands. We'll keep this because it's playable. Ooh, 2 cutthroats. That can work. What am I going to get rid of? Herald and Rattle Chains work together and have evasion, but singularly, Trickster is a stronger card. Alright, so we're going to get rid of... Rattle Chains. Because we can draw spirits later, we have a better chance of doing that. And Trickster being the stronger card up front, and Cutthroat not gaining anything off of the spirit play will work to our advantage. And hopefully they don't take the Trickster with some discard, because that would be kind of a bummer. We would lose some steam that way. Anyway, if it's your first time watching, welcome, and please subscribe and watch or whatnot. I'm going to be putting out more videos as time goes on, and they're going to improve in quality. Alright, we're playing it against Tron here. Expedition map is pretty standard fare. It's probably a green variant, but there's no way to tell until he plays some other lands. So, basically we need speed. And Mutavault is the better play in this instance, I think, as it's going to give us more pressure on his life total. And it's a much harder threat for him to deal with, and it is a threat he has to deal with, so we need to start attacking with it as soon as we can. Let's see what he plays. Alright, so does he have... He may have natural Tron, meaning he has all 3 Tron lands in his hand, which means... But he's definitely next turn going to have Tron. He's going to crack the Expedition map, go get the 3rd Tron land, which is Urza's Mind, and then he's making 7 mana instead of 3. Not the funnest thing in the world, but the good thing is he doesn't have any blockers. So, do I get a Deprive? Deprive would have been good. Well, there's that other spirit we needed. But it's not going to do us much good now. We are basically in race mode, unless he doesn't get a play next turn. But he's probably going to drop something pretty big. Karn, Worm Coil Engine. Or maybe he kept a hand with, like, Ulamog. Which means he's got a few more turns before he can play that big thing. There's Urza's Mind. He goes and fetches an Urza's Mind with that. I hear ya. I see it. What's the play? And it's coming down. This is why Tron is such a terrible deck. Oh, he's going to lock me out entirely. That's fun. This combo is gross. So he makes 7 mana on turn 3. He goes and fetches for an artifact outside of the game that he controls, and he fetches a 3 mana artifact, which makes everything I control an artifact. And he also has the ability that artifact abilities that I control can't be activated, which means my lands are now shut off. Oh, he's playing Trinisphere. That does not break me. I mean, okay, I'll gladly pay 3 for every threat. I don't know. Maybe he's not running the Lattice in his board? That just seemed like a strange one to fetch. Anyway, we'll see. Maybe he's got a different game plan I've never seen or something. Locking me out. But this essentially makes anything less than 3 mana cost 3 mana. I'll gladly pay 3 mana for my threats if that means I get to play them. Had he got the other card that I was talking about, I wouldn't be able to play my threats. Alright. Here we go. And Karn down. And more against you. And you know what will be interesting? One of these odd, quirky things is that my Devoid creatures, Dimensional Infiltrator and my Eldrazi's, my other Eldrazi, Deep Fiend, they're colorless. They technically cost blue mana, but they're colorless due to the Devoid ability. And so what that's going to mean is they play a spell where they, like, it's immune to Ugin. Ooh, is this Ugin? Oh, he's immune to him. No, it's Karn. All right. He's not immune to Karn. Nothing's immune to Karn. Unfortunately. But he's going to spend 3 loyalty. We can kill him next turn. He's losing threats here. He's going for the Ulamog, which we need something against Ulamog pretty much now. Alright, you're going to remove my Mutavault. There's nothing I can necessarily... Oh, there is something I can do. I'm going to add a mana. I'm going to make this a creature. And then I'm going to play... Oh, I can't play... Oh, man. That was... I can't do it. Because of Trinisphere. Oh, and I blew the turn now. I was going to be so sneaky. But I can't play my Rattle Chains to give him Hexproof because he's technically a spirit. Which was the plan, but I can't do it now because I forgot Trinisphere is in play. Alright, so now my guy doesn't... Well, Karn still dies. Bummer. So this is his plan. This I didn't see. So he gets Trinisphere and he starts exiling my lands. Like a Ponzi scheme. And it might work. Wow. Alright. We're going to hit Karn and him. Wow, that did cost me a lot. Because now I have far less threats on the board. My guys don't have enough counters to really do much. Oh, gross. And he knows I can't play anything. Simian Spirit Guide. Super sweet tech. Alright, here's the concession. He's going to play Ulamog, blow up my lands, and then I am essentially dead. Alright, so what do we do against Tron? That. Elder Deep Fiend doesn't hurt, but it doesn't get us necessarily ahead. The control that we have in there is good. I would say get rid of Nimble Obstructionist, but he's really good against the Planeswalkers if they hit. You know what's not good? Herald. Wait. What's even worse than that is probably... We're going to go with Herald. Probably that's the right play to take out. And then we'll do half and half. 2 Heralds, 2... Take out a Deep Fiend and an Infiltrator. We'll go with that. That seems a little more balanced. Because we still need 3 drops, 3 mana creatures to trigger Elder Deep Fiend. I really don't like I've tried it, and when you take out your 3-drops, your Deep Fiend tends to sit in your hand. It doesn't hit on curve very well. Alright, would I like to play first? I would. I will keep. Alright, so we've got a lot of tricky stuff, but not a lot of powerful stuff. It really depends on if I have to keep Nimble Obstruction up just to stop a Planeswalker activation, or if I get to just play him and then Deep Fiend him out of the game. I don't think playing Wanderer gets me that far. He is a little more aggressive, so we can do it that way. Because he's a Tron deck. He's not going to do anything interactive in the first 3 turns. Or first 2 turns, at least. So if I want, I can play a Spectral Sailor on my turn, because there's no point in like sneaking him in against Tron, and then buffing my Wanderer while I'm attacking with him. So he's essentially a 2/2. Little values like that, you got to get it in. Ooh, but we hit the Damping Sphere. So now his lands can't make more than just 1 colorless. Which, he knew this is in my board. He knows it's, like, Tron players know this is in people's boards. Which is very interesting, because a lot of people don't give these cards credit. A lot of people like to, like, Wizards have printed some very powerful artifacts to hose some of the big decks in Modern. One of them being Damping Sphere. And a lot of players, I think there's not really a reason, like a good reason for them to hate on the cards, but they do. They think they're cheap wins or cheap cards, and they don't put them in their boards. But I consistently find them in winning decks and top 8 deck lists all the time. You find Damping Spheres and other stuff like that, because they are good. See, he brought this in specifically because he runs into a lot of Damping Spheres, and they hurt Tron a lot. It just totally shuts them down. And they have to do something about it. But he played a Forest, which puts him back too. So if I draw a land, things get interesting. What does he get? Alright, so he fetches for one of his Urza's lands. He doesn't have the other one, or he would have played it, I think. Nothing on the end of his turn. I go to my turn. Land. Yes. Man, it's like I call it. Alright, so there is nothing. He's not going to have Tron online. There's nothing I have to stop. Nothing I could stop or would need to stop. But I do have to get into Elder Deep Fiend territory. So playing Obstructionist just so I have the option if I draw land is important. Because then I can tap down Tron lands. We're moving too slow anyway. So I need a 3/1 beater regardless. I don't think it's going to come down to that being the issue. Tron is a very hard deck for any deck to beat, but a mono blue tempo deck that is primarily creature based, this is a very rough matchup. It's very linear. Do I get to kill him before he does his thing? And generally the answer is no. Unless you are a super, super fast aggro deck, which are the only decks that get out from under Tron. Okay. But unless you're a super fast aggro deck, which my deck is meant to beat other aggro decks, not super mana control-y decks. Chromatic Sphere. He very well could have a Tron land in his hand, and he's just searching for threats, and he didn't find one. He could have whiffed on threats and not the land. But either way, I'm playing the Nimble Obstructionist, because that's my best play to put some damage on the board and make him really have to start doing something. If I don't draw a land, I don't worry about Elder Deep Fiend because I can't play him anyway, so I start attacking with Mutavault to get more damage in. This is 5 coming at him. If I do draw a land, then it becomes... Alright, that's pretty easy. He could hit for 3 by playing him and dropping him, but they could very well have Tron by then. So this is a decision to make. Take him down to 9. I think the issue is take him down to 9. I could be wrong here. I mean, I'm not holding up a counter, so... And he's probably going to get his Tron lands online. If he doesn't get Tron online, then I'm just going to win on basically getting enough damage in. And then I have just as good a chance of drawing a counterspell as he does getting to Tron in time. One of my counterspells can hold him up. But now Tron's online. There's the Karn. That's going to hurt. What does he choose to hit? Alright, he's going to exile the Obstructionist. That's fine. Tron's still going to die. And interestingly enough, he's going to die to the Spectral Sailor. In for the win. He's so good. He's so good. My little 1/1 flyer. Going for the win, bro. Go for the gold. You guys got it. Alright. Both at Karn. Maybe that's not the right play. Maybe I just let Karn go because he's just going to either kill him. And I guess I could have let Tron go because if he tried to remove any of it, Rattle Chains could protect my guy. That was bad. And I could have held more pressure up. I could have definitely held more pressure up that way. Getting value out of my creatures as I'm playing them. Dang, I need to learn how to play this game. Alright, map. Ooh, I'm not paying attention. He's at 2 cards in hand. He is out of threats. There it is. He's out of threat. It's go time. It is so go time now. Get in, get in, get in. Land? No? Oh, man, more sailors. This is getting rough. I gotta hold mana up this time. So I can only hit for 2, but it's next turn. Hopefully he's dead. I should be able to put it away next turn. Man, I love these guys. These stupid little spirit pirates. These they are crushing it. Down to 7. It's a race. It's a race. I hope he pulls a Dismember. That would be silly. Then I will not forget about Rattle Chains. Or a Karn, and he tries to remove something. I will not forget about Rattle Chains. Okay, cast instants and activate abilities. Got it. Ba-da-ba-ba. Here it comes. What's he got? Nothing. Could it be? He whiffs? This is also another problem with Tron. Sometimes you just don't have threats. Like, it happens. This happens. If you notice his graveyard here, every single card he plays is meant to get these lands in play up here so that he can play a few of his massive threats that cost a crap ton of mana. And sometimes you just don't have them in hand. And when you don't, he can't do anything. He's just kind of sitting in the water. I don't think there's some instant that he can play to wipe my board. Yep, that's lethal. Alright, so what happens here? Activate Mutavault, swing him with the team. Do I get a land? Yep, there it is. There's a concession. Okay, so we did beat him this game. But that was kind of slow. I'm going to put it in my mana leak because counters are good against him. Go down a Spell Pierce for it. Spell Pierces are much less powerful. Boy, that really worked out there at the end. Once I finally figured out he was out of threats. But that's how it goes sometimes. That's the nature of the Tron deck. It's not a complicated deck. It is what it is. It is a ferocious beast when it works. And it is very hard to beat or interact with when it works. Downside is sometimes it doesn't get there. It doesn't work. You don't get the 1 out of 8 threats you run. I keep 2 Cutthroats. I mean, these are the reasons I'm playing the deck. These guys are awesome. Well, actually, the Spectral Sailors are awesome, but these guys, these guys are supposed to be really good. I want them to be really good, but it's actually those stupid little Spirit Pirates that are impressing the crap out of me. I get more use out of them than a lot of cards printed. All right. The Hood's Last Hope is his name. There he goes. Does he have Natural Tron? All right. He mulled down to 2 cards. Four cards and oh, that stinks. So my opponent is really on the back foot. He mulled down to basically no cards. Now he could have Natural Tron and like 1 threat. I don't know. He could draw a threat like a Karn and just have the other 2 Urza lands in his hand and go nuts. And that could be enough to win the game. That's how Tron works. But it doesn't look like he did. So he played that before. He's got lands. Okay. How did you go from 2 cards to 3? Okay, he never used the green mana. So he was hoping to draw an Ancient Stirrings and did not. Alright, so we're going to have some bit of a hiccup here because there's not that much synergy between the creatures that I have in my hand, other than Cutthroat getting counters, which could prove to be useful here. That's fast. Much faster than him not getting Tron lands right now, or having the 3rd Tron land. If he had the power plant right now, we'd be in trouble. Did he draw the Ancient Stirrings? Nope, he didn't. This is what the Tron deck has to do. They always crack these little artifact stars and chromatic spheres for a green mana, and then they hope to draw the Ancient Stirrings if they don't have it. If they don't draw the Ancient Stirrings, then they just use it to cast another 1 mana artifact. But it's always a safe bet to play. I can't mess this up, though. I got to get this guy in. If I misplay this, I will lose this game, which would be very bad. Attack, play a land, pass the turn. It seems like he's getting a lot of time, but it's only turn 4. And he doesn't have Tron up, but he's got a threat in his hand. Because I know it's not an Ancient Stirring. So he is begging for the 3rd Tron land. That is still not it. Alright, so he plays Oblivion Stone. He's not activating it yet. So this next turn, I know he can activate it, but then we're going to drop more. What we're going to do, we're going to get as much damage in as we can right now. Because giving counters to these guys is the way to go. Now they each get a counter. He inadvertently gets buffed. But now we have enough mana up to play. Ooh, I could buff him too. Do we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly 10, 11, 12? 12 damage, 10 damage. Well, this is getting cracked next turn. So our best bet is to leave up the mana for the 2-dimensional infiltrators. And if it doesn't get cracked, then he's in another big world of hurt. But he's taken enough damage. He's down to 7. I mean, my 2 cutthroats alone get the job done if he can't handle them. So he put himself in a spot. This costs 5. He doesn't even have 5 yet. He's got to get a land. Oh, he loses, I think. Yeah, unless he gets that land he needs. Oh yeah, this will get him. This will get him the 5. He makes 3 off the tower, 2 off the power plant. There's the power plant. Crack the O-stone. He'll probably wait till my turn to crack the O-stone, which is fine. He's still going to take 2. There it is. Why are you doing it now? All right, do it now. That's fine. You're still going to take 2 at this point. Which could be enough. It's going to be down to 5. Ooh, I got a trickster. So next turn, I can do 4 next turn. Is that the right call? Now this is where it gets really hefty, because whatever threat he had, he's dropping it now. There it is, Worm Coil. I gotta race a Worm Coil. Which, oh, actually this isn't, if this is what he's been holding, this is not terrible. I can easily interact with, yep, easily interact with Worm Coil. This is not hard. Next turn he's going to go in for the attack, and I trickster it. If this is the game plan. So at the end of his turn here, I play a flyer. Flyer in play. Not getting blocked by the Worm Coil. He goes to attack, I Merfolk Trickster it, and then he's dead. If he doesn't have another big threat. I mean, come on, man. Most of my deck is flyers. He's seen enough to know that. Maybe he's trying to figure out what the card does. Dismember? What are you tapping a green for on my turn? Yep, dismember. Whoa. That was kind of baller. Can I win here? I could win here if he doesn't have... Oh yeah, he's out of cards. I win. Yep, okay. So that's okay. Go down to 1. He's thinking... Maybe? Alright, so I Trickster, tap down Wormcoil, activate Mutavault, swing in for 2. No cards in hand, so he's got no interaction there. Oh! Wow, he blew me out. Because he's got Ghost Quarter up. Did I just lose the game? Why did I not think of that? Alright, so back to square one. So now we are in a game of I'm at 20, he's at 1, and now I have to race this stupid Wormcoil engine. And I can't save my Mutavault with my Rattle Chains if he Ghost Quarters, which he may. Oh man, that sucks. Because had I waited on the Trickster, I got antsy for the win. But had I waited on the Trickster to play it on his turn, it would have gave me the clear path to win and he wouldn't gain 6 life. Now he's going to gain 6 life off the Wormcoil and get an extra few turns out of it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to play Wanderer. Then, if he hits the Mutavault, I tap it for mana, go get a blue, tap it, and play whatever I need to, such as Rattle Chains. Yep, here it comes. Alright, so this is the best thing I can do to get value out of this. Tap it for a colorless. This nets me a mana. Go get my land. Pop. Get it. Blue. And I'm going to play the Infiltrator. Because next turn, attacking with the Infiltrator and the Wanderer, and I can buff the Wanderer with the Rattle Chains to give him +1/+1 on my turn. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if he attacks in, okay, he attacks in because he's at 1. He's got 1 card in hand. What is that 1 card? If it's a blowout big dude like Ulamog, I lose this game. If it's not, and I draw a Spectral Sailor, I win this game. Ugh, that's gross. But still, 1, 2, 3. Okay, can I tap it down? Oh, this is getting hard now. Now he's got 2 massive lifelinkers. And this is how I blow that game. Bummer. How do you race 2 stinking Wormcoil engines? Man, that sucks. Had to top deck a Wormcoil, a second one. What a bummer. Can I trigger off the lifelink? I don't think it works this way. My life total doesn't matter. Going to 12 isn't going to matter. It's his gaining life that matters. He's going to gain 12 stinking life. And lifelink is not a triggered ability. Man. Ugh. Gross. Yep. Well, that's how you lose a game to Tron out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. This is why these decks are just dumb. It's not because it's a valid thing, but like it's a frustrating match to play. It's why people play it, because it just wins all the time out of nowhere. But it's a frustrating match in Modern, and everybody knows it. Like, Tron is not considered a fair deck. Alright, let's pull our tricks that we can. Yep. But I'm dead. Well, I blew it with the Trickster. That's an unfortunate event. Now I draw the Spell Pierce. Would have been helpful. Alright, well, that's the game. And them's the breaks every once in a while. Everybody's got to lose sometimes. That's really unfortunate, though. So, that stinks. Alright. On to the next one. For those watching, thanks for watching. And subscribe if you like the video for more, Magic the Gathering content and whatnot. But soon my other people will be doing this as well. Have a good one.